Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube. Iyun with Benzion. Today's daf is Nedarim daf Nun Hey. We start off Nun Hey with a machlokas in the Mishnah. Hanodim min adagon aser b'pula mitzra yavish jirei meir achamim eno aser ela mechameshes haminim. If you say dagon, as opposed to tvua. If you say tvua, everyone agrees, right? Meir and the chamim, it only means chameshes minim dagon. Anything made of the five minim, five special minim, that are higher types of cereal grains, higher type of grains that are only used to make the best types of bread, the best types of pastas, etc. If you take a neder from Dagon generally, the article translates as something that you pile in a kri, you pile it in a granary. So it includes maybe more. According to the Chum, it doesn't include anything else besides Chamesh Aminim. That's also called Dagon only means Chamesh Aminim. Why Dagon and Tvua mean the exact same thing? They're used interchangeably. It's hard to understand. That would seem to be another proof why Meir is the correct opinion. He says it includes pola mitzra yavish, which is dried Egyptian beans, which, if you know about Egyptian culture a little bit, is really a fava bean, which is used primarily to make up the Egyptian national dish, which is called fal midomas, which is basically fava beans with a couple of other oils and sauces, which is the primary breakfast in Egypt. So it has significance as a breakfast staple of breakfast. Uh, so that's included. And it seems only that's included, but if you look at the end of the Mishnah, again, Rameir quotes himself again. It says, "Another minute dagan asr bakoli." Asr is everything. It doesn't just say pol mitzvah yavish. The only thing your mutter is, he says, mutter appears your mutter fruits and vegetables, classical fruits and vegetables, but all the types of cereal grains, like burgle, like quinoa, like rice, that's made into cereal, right? We see, right? Anything which it's called cereal grains, right? Cereal grains, a lot of things, legumes are called cereal grains for a reason. Now, there's if you look up Wikipedia, it'll tell you cereal grains, whatever explanation they give. But I'd like to suggest that cereal grains are called cereal grains because they're used in cereal, or at least for a food that you eat for breakfast. Any type of grain which you would consume as a breakfast in the morning is considered a cereal grain. Dagan is from the Hebrew word diganim. That's it. If you want to find out, you'll go to a makolet and you want to ask here in Israel, convenience store, and say, I want cereal. The way of asking for that is saying, Yesh lecha deganim. Is it deganim yesh lecha? So deganim is another way of saying cereal over here. And that's really what Reb Meir is saying over here. Dagan includes the modern day usage is deganim, which means cereal, anything I use for a breakfast. So anything, right? If you have cocoa pebbles, fruity pebbles. Fruity pebbles is one of the top selling items in Gourmet Glatt. I read an article about this. There's like 5 things in Gourmet Glatt that are always sold out. One of them is Raymond soups, the tradition soups. You got the fruity pebbles is one of them. Forget the other ones, but those are some of the things that are classically sold out. Fruity Pebbles is one of the most favorite cereals by kids in America. Here also, my kids love it. It's a little expensive here, but Fruity Pebbles is made out of rice. If you didn't know, Rice Krispies is not really sold here, but it's made out of rice. There's a lot of famous cereals made out of rice. So I would say, according to Red Mayor, those are included because those are made for cereal grains. That's Dagon is more inclusive, right? And I would also paskin like Rebbe Meir um, for a couple of reasons. First of all, on Nun Hey Amid Beis, the top, Tanya, the first time, another minute Dagon, Asher Afapula Mitzri Yavash, Mutter Lach, Mutter Ba'ards of Telko V'Tirgas of Tisney. The Bryson quotes anonymously, right, without saying this is the opinion of Rebbe Meir, which is an anonymous opinion, seems to be everyone agrees. Doesn't quote a machlokas over here. And whose opinion is that? It's Rebbe Meir, who at least includes Paul Mitzri Yavish. We see from the Mishnah on Ham and Aleph that includes everything. What does he exclude? Actual rice. People don't eat rice for breakfast. Maybe in Japan or China they do. Most places in the world they don't eat rice. It's usually eaten at lunch or dinner. And pasta. Chilka Tirkis is pasta. Actual semolina, right? Which are like the waste products from pasta. Those are made into from wheat and different types of grains. Those are made into pasta. So pasta is not a breakfast food. Most people don't eat pasta for breakfast. I went with my father when he was here a couple months ago. We went out to a restaurant in Yerushalayim for breakfast. I mean, it was a brunch. It was like 10:30, he ordered pasta. I mean, it's a brunch, so maybe that's okay. But most people for actual breakfast, you're saying at 9 o'clock and not gonna eat pasta for breakfast. You never know with people. Some people are very strange and they do. Um, I found it very strange when I got the sharyashu in America when I came back from Israel, and I sit down to breakfast and people they even serve tuna fish. People are taking tuna fish and eating tuna fish sandwiches for breakfast. Now, I'm familiar from a bris or things like that. Some people serve lox, some people serve whitefish, maybe even tuna fish. People have a bagel and tuna fish. Because a bris is a fancy meal. Here in Israel, they serve chicken schnitzel for a bris. Okay, it's a special meal, especially when they want to have special foods. But every day to sit down and have a tuna fish sandwich was strange to me. I grew up on cereals. Cereals, that's what we had for breakfast. Now I eat Oreos, but I moved up in life. But the point is that anything which is a cereal or could be used for a cereal, rice, the way rice is normally eaten, is not a cereal food, but rice processed into Rice Krispies or Fruity Pebbles is considered to be something which would be included in Dagan, I believe. Anything which is served as a cereal grain or a breakfast food would be considered part of Dagan. And I believe the halacha is like Rabbi Meir. As I mentioned, the Bryce anonymously states only the opinion of Rabbi Meir. Second of all, another proof that it's like Rabbi Meir is that according to the Chamim, the words Dagan and Tful mean the exact same thing. They're used interchangeably. Whenever two words, I always look for this in English. Two words seemingly mean the same thing, right? Something like twilight and sunset and dusk, or dusk and twilight, right? Like, why are the two words for that? Obviously, it connote two different times. I like to take those words and put them back into halacha, under shkiyas, ben hashmashos, since Chachamim use those. There's a reason English has so many words that are used almost interchangeably, but they mean slightly different things. Otherwise, there wouldn't be two different words. The fact is, two different words, two and dog, and they have to mean different things. According to the Chachamim, mean the exact same thing. All the Chachamim mean. So that's another proof like Rabbi Meir. And the third proof I said like Rabbi Meir is that we do pascha like Rabbi Meir according to the Chamim, big zerosa. What does it mean big zerosa? So I like to say, the Gemara says elsewhere, the Gemara says that Allah is like Rabbi Meir, we pascha in chayshin and lemiuta, right? When you have a rov, ruba, the isa come on, with the leisa come on, usually ruba, the leisa come on. Rabbi Meir says chayshin and lemiuta, even though rov, goes against that, and rov usually mavara clarifies the suffix. Sometimes Rechosh Lamiyuta. And I like to say that's really Midar Alban or Rameir saying that because we pass like Rameir, Big Zerosa. He says even though a lot of times Rove should clarify it, we're worried about a minority. And since a minority of people use most cereals are made out of the 5 grains, right? You have Cheerios made out of oats. You have, check you have a ton of cereals made out of wheat. Most cereals are made out of wheat or barley and oats. But there are a lot of cereals made. The minority of cereals are made out of rice or other, corn or things like that. So a lot of cereals made out of corn. So even though most cereals are made out of those, but since a minority exists of other types of cereal grains, therefore it's included, like Rapasal and because they roast them, it's included in your nether. I'd like to say over here, I hope you enjoyed today's share. See you in the next one.